Hello, YouTube world. Jeremiah here with a Life Chosen. I am your favorite practical mystic. Today, I'm putting out this short video as kind of an intro to the next video that I'm going to post. It's a longer video. It's about 30 minutes. And I've kind of beaten myself up because personally, I generally like shorter videos. However, for me to tell parts of my story and share things that I feel like actually benefit someone, I don't want to just put out content to get your attention, and I want to put out useful information so that even if someone doesn't need any kind of one-on-one coaching in the future, they can still take the information that I give and still create change in their life. That's really important to me because ultimately the information that I came upon and the information that I now understand and utilize in my everyday life is free. It's available to everyone, and part of the system that we're in, which is basically just a series of disclosures. Information is out there for anyone to make whatever change they want to make in their life. However, the way that we're raised in our culture, especially in the West and even around the world, because I know people around the world that struggle with the same things, we're not taught how to access the deeper parts of ourselves, and we're not even sure what that is. And it's been my experience that there are actually two main things, and they work together. One is our ability to imagine, and the other is our ability to navigate our emotions. I'm part of Generation X. I was born in 77, and emotions were something that, especially really for anyone in the South, they were kind of frowned upon, but especially if you were male, um, you were you had your own set of limitations. And if you were female and born in the South, you certainly had your own set of limitations too. So this is not a masculine feminine debate or male female debate. We all had certain limitations coming in. And I think most people can admit that. I I know I certainly could admit that before, but I didn't understand the depth of how impactful it was in my life. And so in the video that I'm going to be sharing, I share a little bit about my story with manifestation. I share a little bit about my spiritual journey and how it all kind of worked together. I was speaking with a friend recently. We've been friends for almost 20 years now, and he was talking about some of the physical conditions that he experiences now and how he knows that they are related to, in particular, some unresolved anger and just unresolved emotions. But when you grow up in a world where there's very little awareness about emotions, we don't always even know how to begin a conversation about emotions. It's a very vulnerable place to be in. And here's the reality for most of us is that most of us grew up with a very limited range of emotions. I certainly did. I certainly grew up with fear, intimidation, uncertainty, and it was mostly emotions that people would consider quote unquote negative. The cool thing is, and the hopeful thing is that those emotions can be cues for experiencing the opposite side. So fear can be an introduction into peace and into safety. Guilt and shame can be an introduction into innocence, and having no fun in life or having no ability to relax can, having just a hard childhood can be an introduction into having a fun adulthood, having a fun life. And being restricted can open the door for being relaxed. And so it's a process to develop those emotions as an adult, but it's 1000% doable. And that's kind of what I go into in the video. But I am long-winded. I do love just sharing, and I love talking to people, and I love teaching. So that takes over my videos sometimes, and I'm really not that fucking concerned about it, to be completely honest with you. I've fit in different grids in my life, and I just really don't give a shit about fitting in anymore. However, I want to make sure that the content that I'm providing is useful and direct, and that someone can listen to it, maybe identify with part of it, and get an idea for what their next step needs to be. And so I'm going to share videos, and they will probably be long like some of my other videos, but I'm going to give like do an intro video kind of like this, where I kind of tell a little bit about what the video is about. So if it's something that you totally just have no interest in, you kind of know that ahead of time. But for me, the crux of the video is I had to create new emotions. I had to create what most people would consider good emotions, and I didn't know how to do that at first, and I did it, and it's amazing. The ability to go from working really hard or being really intently focused on something to being able to relax is a skill that I had to learn. I was go nonstop, and then I would crash and burn, usually through illness. And being able to just go and work hard and then relax just makes life so much better. And that was something that I didn't know how to do before. I had to learn how to do that. And so if you're someone who struggles with that, it's very doable. The second part is when we have emotional awareness, when we have an expanded emotional bank, we're able to imagine. It fires up our creative abilities and our imaginative ability, and we find solutions to things that we once thought were either impossible, or maybe we didn't even have an awareness that something good could exist, and that we could play a part in it and create it. So that's basically what the next video is about. So if this video piques your interest, make sure to check it out. You might have to stop it or pause it a time or two to make it through the full 30 minutes, but nevertheless, I am putting out information. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you.